the new single out right now that's doing phenomenally well, Trip the Darkness. I was curious, what was the inspiration for that song?
Well, the inspiration came up because I don't know if you had the chance to listen to the old album, but the album itself is more obscure than any other album that we've ever wrote. And Trip the Darkness was basically talking about the fact that we realize that darkness is just part of life. As day and night, as up and downs, you just have to embrace the darkest moments because there is always space to get out of it, with more positivity and hope.
With that kind of being the theme for Trip the Darkness, kind of the balance of the light and the dark and how it can open possibilities, is that the theme for Dark Adrenaline, the album?
Yes and no. I mean, the old thematics of every song are dark-based because we just started from a sort of a negative point of view because of the experiences we had, in between the band and members in the band had. But every song talks about a different thing. But the vibe is definitely dark.
That doesn't sound good, though. Negative experiences in the band.
Not in the band, as a personal level. Not that the band had problems.
Okay, good.
We're healthy and we're doing great. But things that are part of life, you can break up with somebody, you can have a loss in your family or people around you, things like these. But of course, everything you live has an impact on what you write.
When you guys are going, I remember a lot of pre-press and a lot of pre-interviews you guys did for the album.
Yeah.
You're saying that it was a heavier album, and was that really based to, I remember reading internet comments on the past disc, Shallow Life, that people were like, oh, they've gone too poppy, and that was... So was it an idea in your head that we got to get back to that, or just organically that's where you went?
Oh, no, it's not an idea. I think that if you listen to all our discography, we always evolve and change with every album. So there are albums that are more melodic and mellower, like in Reverie or Unleash Memories, and there are heavier albums like a Karma Code, for example. Shallow Life was our rock side, the rock side we were showing. So it's not that we said we want to get far from it or do something different. This is just a different side of Lacuna Coil that we're showing now. And it happened to be heavier and obscure because we were feeling this way. When you write music, it's not that you really plan what you want to do, at least if you're a honest songwriter. you just try to translate what's in your head and in your heart with notes and lyrics. And you cannot really explain why you did something sometimes.
And being a band from Europe, where there's a huge just hard rock and metal scene, there's all these great festivals that you guys get to play, and then trying to come over to North America, do you find it's difficult to get over here and get the same level of exposure because there aren't those giant outdoor festivals, really? Yeah,
it's definitely difficult, not only from the logistic point of view, because touring in the U.S., of course, it's expensive. If you want to do a proper tour, that means that you have to travel as much as you can, and to tour the whole U.S. territory, it means that you have to be around at least a month and a half. So it takes a little while. Not only that, I think that the American taste is completely different than the European taste. So that's another thing that might split the two territories a little bit more.
Speaking of touring, you're hitting the road with Megadeth on the Gigantour, and you did that cover with Megadeth of To Le Monde, like their song, but it was a redo of their song. How did your relationship with Megadeth start?
It just started that I got a mail from my management asking me if I wanted to do that because they got a request for it. And as soon as I absolutely loved the original version of a To Le Monde, I immediately said yes because, working with Megadeth, it doesn't really happen every day. I was extremely flattered about the fact that I was the first person that ever did a duet with Dave. And funny anecdote is that when I went to record my part in the studio, it was only me and Andy Smith that was the producer of the album where the song was included in. So I met the band only when we played together at Gigantour, like a few months after. And we, since that tour, we saw each other just once when they played in Milan, and I was in Milano, so I went to see them. And we did the song together.
You've done stuff with Apocalyptica. You've done a bunch of different team-up things over the years. Is there somebody that that you see that you're like, I would love to sing with them or work with them on some level, but it just hasn't happened yet?
I think there are a lot of artists that I appreciate, but it's always a matter of what the project is, because if the project is cool, you might even want to work with somebody that is not somebody that you personally know or somebody that you personally admire. I have a lot of friends in the music business that I'd like to work with. I was actually talking with Randy from Lamb of God, and we were talking about like an insane project to do together with other people. And we've been talking about that, but it never really happened. So sometimes it's a question of time that you can have and to work at every project you talk about.
That would be a great project. You and Randy.
Yeah, no, that would definitely be cool, but I don't know if we'll have the time to do it. We will play together some gigs in South America, so we might talk about it.
Now, I know I've seen in interviews before you mentioned that yourself and the band, you're big gamers.
Video games, yes.
Yes. What are you playing right now?
Oh, actually, I'm a Bejeweled freak. I discovered this game, called Bejeweled a few months ago, and I think I have a problem with it. I don't know if there is a Bejeweled rehab, and I would like to. I like more to watch them, but because I kind of suck at playing them, but I like games like Call of Duty, for example. Andrea Maus and I had the chance to play to the game in advance before it came out. And we went, to this convention, to this presentation, and we played. It was actually not too bad. Not too bad. I need to improve.
Well, I can give you some pointers. I spend a lot of time alone playing video games. So if you need help, I'm here for you.
It's just cool, to play video games as long as you don't do that only in your life. I think it's a good way just to take the stress away and to have some personal time.
You're constantly on any of the hottest women in metal lists that come out. You are on there. Deservedly so. I'm not questioning your placement on it. But do you sometimes feel that might take away from the music?
I think it's part of the game. I mean, look at every advertisement you see on TV or in a magazine. There is a woman, no matter what. Even if it's a tire advertisement, there is a woman. So we knew it from the start that the attention would have been on the different elements. That was me. And in a way, it's flattering, because I can't deny that it's kind of cool to think that some people think that I'm attractive, that I'm not too bad looking. But on the other side, I know what I can do, and I know that I can sing and I can perform. So I don't have any problems with that. I know that whoever saw me performing or singing know what's the real Cristina behind the image. I know that publishing some pictures that might have a sexy touch can be seen like, oh, I want more exposure. But to be honest, I mean, I'm not afraid to say that I like myself. It's not a bad thing, because that means that I love what I do. I love what my parents gave me when they gave me birth. So I don't see it as a bad thing. It's not a vanity thing. It's a thing that I am accepting myself as I am.